Welcome back. All right, so we got 12 games tonight in the NHL because, of course, we do. 12 games to Thursday. There will be 11 games on at the same time because, of course, there will be. In fact, we're starting with 7 games on at the same time, so here we go. So starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Seattle Kraken and the Boston Bruins meet for the first out of 2 meetings. They will meet again in Seattle on February 26th. I'm wearing Boston because this is one Boston should win. Seattle's 22, 21, and 10 overall. Over the last month, McCann's been their leading scorer in 10 games, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Bjorkstrand stands out as one who only has 1 goal in those 10 games, 5 assists, and 6 points as well. But yeah, Bjorkstrand overdue for a goal or two. Boston's 32, 11, and 10 overall. Pastrnak, their leading scorer over the last month, with 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points in 10 games. Trent Frederic, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points in 10 games for Frederic. You probably want a goal more from him, maybe 2, right? That kind of thing. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Florida and Buffalo. These teams haven't met either. I was really surprised this late in the season how many of these matchups are firsts. So these teams will meet again February 27th as well as April the 13th. For Florida, they're 34, 15, and 4. Matthew Tkachuk, their leading scorer over the last month in 10 games, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Barkov, 7 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Last night he had prime opportunities that were just going wide. He's due for a goal or two. Buffalo, 23, 25, and 4, coming off that 7-0 win over LA. Paterka's their leading scorer over the last month in 8 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Tage Thompson stands out. Just the 1 goal and 1 assist over those same 8 games. Thompson's setbacks this year, part of the reason why Buffalo's in the situation they're in, but there's other reasons too. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between LA and New Jersey. So again, LA's got to bounce back from that 7-0 loss. New Jersey's won a couple in a row. We'll see how it goes. This is the first meeting as well out of 2. They'll meet again March the 3rd in LA. The Kings are 24, 16, and 10. Byfield, their leading scorer over the last month, 8 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. PL Dubois gets talked about a lot. He just has 2 goals, 0 assists over 10 games in the last month. And that'll lead to some discussions as well. And what the situation is with Dubois. How do you turn his season around? New Jersey's 27, 21, and 4 overall. Nico Hischier's their leading scorer over the last month with 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points in 11 games. Timo Meier, he has a goal and 5 assists for 6 points, which seems to be a popular stat line on the board. He's done that in 11 games. Now, he did get a goal in their last game, so maybe he'll start getting the goal scoring going. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Montreal and the Rangers play each other. They have met this season. January 6th, Montreal won in a shootout 4-3. These teams will meet again April the 7th. Montreal's 22, 23, and 8. Can they get back to 500? Suzuki, their leading scorer over the last month, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points in 10 games. Newhook in the 3 games since he came back, just the 1 assist so far. The Rangers, 34, 16, and 3. The break seems to have helped them. Kreider, their leading scorer over the last month with 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points in 11 games. Trocheck, who was off to a really good run. It's been slower for him lately. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 11 games. He's also been a minus over that time period. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Anaheim in against the Ottawa Senators. These teams will meet again March the 6th, as it's the first meeting of the season between these two. Anaheim, 18, 32, and 2 overall. They're coming off of a pretty rough loss. They suffered against Montreal 5-0. Henrique, their leading scorer over the last month, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points in 9 games. Cam Fowler, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 9 games, and he's a minus 10. For Ottawa, they're 22, 25, and 2 overall. Brady Tkachuk, their leading scorer over the last month, 11 games, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. And Jacob Chychrun, quiet lately offensively, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points in 11 games. And we'll see if Chychrun's still with the team after the break. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Colorado and Tampa. This is the second and final meeting between these two. Colorado won November 27th by a score of 4-1. The Avs, coming off of a big win over Washington, looking to build on that. They're 33, 17, and 4 on the season. McKinnon's been their leading scorer over the last month because, of course, 10 games, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points. Johansson's seen his ice time drop recently. And his lack of scoring is a big part of the reason why. Just the 2 assists in 10 games over the last month. Tampa Bay's 29, 20, and 5 overall. They had the shootout victory over Boston. We'll see how they do tonight against Colorado. Kucherov, the leading scorer for the Bolts over the last month, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points over 10 games. So he's had one more point than McKinnon over that time. Cirelli, 10 games, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. Cirelli's been excellent lately. I looked for somebody off to a slow run in the last month for Tampa. I really couldn't find anybody that I thought, yeah, that's a bit out of sorts. So I went with 2 off to pretty good runs. Their leading scorer and Cirelli. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Philadelphia and Toronto. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again March 14th as well as March 19th. For Philadelphia, they're 29-19-6 overall. Morgan Frost has been good lately. 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points over 10 games to lead them in scoring over the last month. New captain Sean Couturier, scoring-wise, a little bit lower. 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 10 games. Toronto, 27-16-8 on the season. Austin Matthews, their leading scorer over the last month. 10 games, 9 goals, 6 assists, 15 points. Tyler Bertuzzi, I think it's 18 games since his last goal. 9 games, 2 assists over the last month. Yeah, they need Bertuzzi and Domi going. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. We got 2 games starting then, beginning with the Oilers and the Blues. So the Oilers won at home a couple days ago. Now they're on the road. Or they win last night. Or no, a couple days ago. That's right. I'm looking at the 3 games from last night. Won last night. Just feels like last night. I don't know. What are days anymore? So Edmonton's now in against St. Louis. This is the first of 3 meetings as well. They'll meet again February 28th as well as April the 1st. So for Edmonton, they're 31-17-1 overall. McDavid, their leading scorer, and the leading scorer over the last month in the NHL in 10 games, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Connor Brown, just the 1 assist in 10 games. I feel bad for Connor Brown. He's had a lot of opportunities. They're just not going in the net. St. Louis, 28-22-2 overall. Thomas, in 10 games over the last month, has been their leading scorer. 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. Brandon Saad, he also has 2 goals, but he has no assists over that time. So probably needing some more points from Saad. That's also in 10 games. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Dallas and Nashville. I almost wore Dallas. I thought about it. Nashville's won 2 out of 3 matchups. This is the 4th and final one. Dallas won the first matchup December 23rd, 3-2. That was, of course, the 2 goals in the final minute of the game to win it. And then January 6th, Nashville wins 4-3. January 12th, Nashville wins 6-3. So here we are, game 4 of the season series. For Dallas, they're 33-14-6 overall. Rope Hintz, the leading scorer over the last month. 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points in 11 games. And Jamie Benn, on the slower side, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points in 11 games. You want more for Ben, especially considering the cap hit. For Nashville, 27-24-2 overall. Roman Josi, their leading scorer over the last month. 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points in 9 games. Forsberg has slowed down from where he was doing really, really well earlier in the season. He now has 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points in 9 games over the last month. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. 1 game starting then. That's Chicago at home against Pittsburgh. This is the second of 2 meetings on October the 10th, opening night. Chicago won 4-2, so we'll see how this turns out tonight. Pittsburgh's 23-20-7, coming off a loss last night against Florida. They cannot afford to keep losing games. Gensel, their leading scorer over the last month, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points in 8 games, but he got hurt last night, so we'll see how he is. Malkin, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points in 8 games. They need a little more from some of their veteran players, including Malkin. Chicago, 14-36-3 overall. Dickinson, their leading scorer over the last month. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 10 games. This is where I point out that the leading scorer for Chicago has less points than some of the guys I'm talking about having slow months recently. So scoring, not really a thing in Chicago. Radish, just 1 assist in 10 games, kind of underlines the fact that, yeah, they're having trouble with scoring. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between San Jose and Calgary. This is the first of 3 meetings. These teams haven't met either. April 9th and April 18th, the other 2 meetings. San Jose, 14-33-5 on the season. Ruda is their leading scorer over the last month. 8 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. It is fascinating just looking at the scoring over the last month, seeing Ruda. And Cunnin, no points in 8 games. So I guess he could ask Jan Ruda what he's doing. Because Cunnin, a player you would expect to score more than Ruda, simply is not. On the Calgary front, they're 25-23-5 overall. Kadri, their leading scorer over the last month, 10 games, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. He's been quite good. Kuzmenko, in the 4 games he's played in Calgary, has 2 goals, no assists. He is a -1 for people who pay attention to that, but of course, power play is where Kuzmenko is going to come in handy for them. We'll see if he can keep scoring every other game. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Detroit and Vancouver, and of course on February 10th, in Detroit. The Red Wings won that one 4-3 in overtime in a comeback. The Wings are 27-19-6, coming off of a pretty rough loss against Edmonton. Larkin, their leading scorer over the last month in 9 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. And Andrew Kopp, standing out as one that you might want more points from, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points in 9 games. It's not the first time we've said that during his time in Detroit. On the Vancouver front, they're 36-12-6, number 1 overall in the league. Quinn Hughes, their leading scorer over the last month, a goal with 13 assists for 14 points in 10 games. Lindholm, in the 5 games he's played in Vancouver, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He is also a minus in the plus-minus category. But again, players, feeling things out in new environment, new city, and Lindholm's definitely doing that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, which includes your winners for tonight. Hit like and subscribe in the event that you haven't so far. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.